Fun one for you now, guys. As I said, we're keeping Scottcast number 3 light. So it was the White House Correspondence Dinner recently, which basically has went on for quite a few years now. I'm not sure when it started exactly. I think it goes back at least as far as Bill Clinton, so a good while. But essentially it's when the media and the politicians get together and they normally have a comedian on who roasts the administration and the press as well. And generally it's been quite a light-hearted affair, but Trump didn't go for the second year in a row because he's a child and his feelings get hurt very easily, which you guys probably know. It kind of explains all his Twitter rampages and various things. But yes, Michelle Wolf was this year's comedian, and let's have a look at what she said about Trump.
Good evening, good evening. Here we are, the White House Correspondence Dinner. Like a porn star says when she's about to have sex with a Trump, let's get this over with. And I know, as much as some of you might want me to, it's 2018 and I am a woman, so you cannot shut me up. Unless you have Michael Cohen wire me $130,000. Of course, Trump isn't here, if you haven't noticed. He's not here. And I know, I would drag him here myself, but it turns out the President of the United States is the one you're not allowed to grab. I did have a lot of jokes. I had a lot of jokes about cabinet members, but I had to scrap all of those because everyone has been fired. You guys are going through cabinet members quicker than Starbucks throws out black people. Democrats are harder to make fun of because you guys don't do anything. People think you might flip the House and Senate this November, but you guys always find a way to mess it up. You're somehow going to lose by 12 points to a guy named Jeff Pedophile Nazi Doctor. We should definitely talk about the women in the Trump administration. There's Kellyanne Conway. Man, she has the perfect last name for what she does. Conway. And if you're going to profit off of Trump, you should at least give him some money because he doesn't have any. Trump is so broke. He grants because he thinks there might be loose change in them. All right, like an immigrant who was brought here by his parents and didn't do anything wrong. I gotta get the out of here. Good night. He still doesn't have clean water.
Boom. So, if you guys aren't aware, there's a current scandal with Trump and a porn star who his personal lawyer paid off. That was what she was referencing. It's funny that this is what the world's come to, where the President of the United States has paid off a porn star and we know it. And all in all, it's not really that big a deal, but the bar is just subterranean now. The bar is gone. There is no bar. So she was bang on with a lot of her jokes there. It was good. And I liked how she finished. Flint's water supply was poisoned by industry, as I'm sure you can probably guess, and they have been without clean drinking water for years now. It was more in the media and more of a thing was being made about it when it first came to light, but nothing really has been said about it anymore. But I also now want to take a look at Obama talking about Trump at a previous White House Correspondence Dinner, because this is, to watch now, almost a little frightening, because part of me thinks that this is maybe what encouraged Trump to run for the presidency in the first place. So let's have a look.
My fellow Americans, mahalo. as some of you heard, the state of Hawaii released my official long-form birth certificate. Hopefully, this puts all doubts to rest. But just in case there are any lingering questions, tonight, I'm prepared to go a step further. Tonight, for the first time, I am releasing my official birth video. I want to make clear to the Fox News table that was a joke. That was not my real birth video. That was a children's cartoon. Donald Trump is here tonight. Now I know that he's taken some flack lately, but no one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac? Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience. For example, no, seriously, just recently in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice, at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks. And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
So yeah, I mean that is amusing to watch. It is funny, but as I said, now with Trump being the president of the United States, it's a little scary. That might have planted the seed. Who knows? Obama actually also said, I'm not sure if it was that correspondence dinner or another, but Obama also made a joke about Trump saying how bad his presidency was, and he said something like, but at least I'll have a presidency. And yeah, so Trump proved him wrong on that one, actually. Yeah, so it's been a while now. If you guys don't know, there was what was called the birther controversy, which essentially said that Obama was Kenyan or born in Kenya, not an American, and therefore not able to be president of the United States. And Donald Trump was a big part of this birther movement. There were calls for Obama to release his birth certificate, which is what you seen at the start of the video. It's a copy of his birth certificate, the song playing saying real American. And yeah, the Lion King clip was most excellent. I thought that was hilarious. But what I really wanted to share with you guys is what I think is possibly one of the finest pieces of political satire that you will ever see. And if you guys enjoy this, I highly recommend watching the full speech. It's about 20 minutes long. If you're not that deep into American politics, there are a lot of jokes that might go past you, but this is political satire at its finest. Let's take a look.
By the way, before I get started, if anybody needs anything else at their tables, just speak slowly and clearly into your table numbers. Someone from the NSA will be right over with a cocktail.
This was just after the NSA monitoring everything scandal broke, so this was very recent when this was done.
And tonight, it is my privilege to celebrate this president, because we're not so different, he and I. We both get it. Guys like us, we're not some brainiacs on the nerd patrol. We're not members of the Factinista. We go straight from the gut. Right, sir? That's where the truth lies. Right down here in the gut. Do you know you have more nerve endings in your gut than you have in your head? You can look it up. Now I know some of you are going to say, I did look it up, and that's not true. That's because you looked it up in a book. Next time, look it up in your gut. I did. My gut tells me that's how our nervous system works. Every night on my show, The Colbert Report, I speak straight from the gut, okay? I give people the truth unfiltered by rational argument. I call it the no-fact zone. I believe the government that governs best is the government that governs least, and by these standards, we have set up a fabulous government in Iraq. And though I am a committed Christian, I believe that everyone has the right to their own religion, be you Hindu, Jewish, or Muslim. I believe there are infinite paths to accepting Jesus Christ as your personal Savior.
That has to be one of my favorites. You've probably seen me smiling even before the punchline, but yeah, I think that says a lot. That's hilarious.
Most of all, I believe in this president. Now, I know there's some polls out there saying that this man has a 32% approval rating. But guys like us, we don't pay attention to the polls. We know that polls are just a collection of statistics that reflect what people are thinking in reality. And reality has a well-known liberal bias.
Reality has a well-known liberal bias, also one of my favorite lines. I just think that's perfection.
Sir, pay no attention to the people who say the glass is half empty, because 32% means it's 2/3 empty. There's still some liquid in that glass, is my point. But I wouldn't drink it. Last third is usually backwash. Okay. I mean, it's like the movie Rocky, all right? The president in this case is Rocky Balboa, and Apollo Creed is everything else in the world. It's the 10th round. He's bloodied. His corner man, Mick, who in this case I guess would be the vice president, he's yelling, "Cut me, Dick, cut me." And every time he falls, everyone says, "Stay down, Rock, stay down." But does he stay down? No. Like Rocky, he gets back up, and in the end, he actually loses in the first movie. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The point is, it is the heartwarming story of a man who is repeatedly punched in the face. The greatest thing about this man is he's steady. You know where he stands. He believes the same thing Wednesday that he believed on Monday, no matter what happened Tuesday. Events can change. This man's beliefs never will. And as excited as I am to be here with the president, I am appalled to be surrounded by the liberal media that is destroying America, with the exception of Fox News. Fox News gives you both sides of every story, the president's side and the vice president's side. But the rest of you, what are you thinking? Reporting on NSA wiretapping or secret prisons in Eastern Europe? Those things are secret for a very important reason. They're super depressing.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is satire at its finest. That was just perfect. Stephen Colbert now hosts The Late Show. He took over from David Letterman, who hosted The Late Show for 20 plus years. He now is himself presenting The Late Show, but he made his name as his character, also called Stephen Colbert, as a ultra-conservative, and took the piss out of them by imitating them, essentially, which is what satire is. So that was just an absolute masterclass. Fantastic. And while Colbert's performance is probably the finest as far as the White House Correspondents' Dinner goes. I would like to finish with a clip from Jimmy Kimmel's performance at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, as it is just fantastic. So a big problem that I have with the mainstream media is how closely they're connected to politicians and the political system. They're all really part of the same club and move in the same circles, and this obviously causes a massive problem when it comes to providing information to the people at large, us regular folks. So I couldn't put it any better. I could never hope to put it any better than it is put in this video, so we will finish with that.
It has been an honor for me to be here before so many members of the Washington and national media. You're here tonight because as journalists you care about freedom, free speech, a free press, and most importantly, free dinner. Some people say journalism is in decline. They say you've become too politicized, too focused on sensationalism. They say you no longer honor your duty to inform America, but instead actively try to divide us so that your corporate overlords can rake in the profits. I don't have a joke for this. I'm just letting you know what some people say.
Mic drop. Boom.